Welcome to the Google Cloud Security Showcase, a special web series where we will focus on security use cases that customers can solve with Google Cloud. My name is Albert and I'm a networking specialist at Google Cloud. Today, we will be walking through one of the top questions we get from customers: how to secure your workloads by leveraging network firewall policies. So with that, let's get started. Over 2 years ago, we launched a new construct called firewall policy, and we leveraged it for our hierarchical firewalls. And now, we are expanding firewall policies to the VPC level. With the introduction of network firewall policies, we are excited to announce that 3 new Google Cloud Firewall features are now generally available: global network firewall policies, regional network firewall policies, and tags. The network firewall policy construct is a project-level resource container object with firewall rules. There are 2 types of network firewall policies: global and regional. They work a little different, but both have the same features. A global network firewall policy provides a global firewall configuration structure to match the global nature of our VPC network. It applies to workloads deployed in all Google Cloud regions in the VPC network. A regional network firewall policy provides a regional firewall configuration structure for Google Cloud firewalls that can only be used in a single target region, and when using those, users can designate a target region for a firewall policy, and the firewall configuration data will be applied to workloads only in that specific region, and will not be propagated to any other Google Cloud regions. In the new global and regional network firewall policy structures, we expanded the policy structure down to the VPC level and made it easier and more scalable to deploy and operate. Granular controls enforced at the virtual machine level using the new tags deliver intra-subnet microsegmentation with a policy coverage that automatically applies to workloads wherever they are deployed, independently of the network architecture. With these enhancements, Cloud Firewall can help you more easily achieve a zero-trust network posture with a fully distributed, cloud-native, stateful inspection firewall service. The same network firewall policy can be associated with more than one VPC network, and each VPC network can only have one global network firewall policy and one regional firewall policy per region associated with it. Both global network firewall policies and regional network firewall policies support tags. And last but not least, network firewall policies replace VPC firewall rules with equivalent and enhanced functionality. We will support VPC firewall rules in the short term to help with the migration, and you should be thinking about migrating all these VPC firewall rules to a network firewall policy. There are several advantages when using firewall policies instead of our classic VPC firewall rules. Some of them include batch updates, single point of control, granular IAM control, and it also allows reference across peer networks. And last but not least, tag support. We have also introduced tags, which enable granular control and microsegmentation. Some of the capabilities we introduced with tags are fine-grained IAM controls, scalability, and anti-spoofing protection. And with our newly launched tags combined with network firewall policies, you get enhanced security to protect your workloads. If we show the full picture here, you can see all our firewall layers. We have now hierarchical firewall policies, which can be applied at the organization and folder levels and are very useful to establish your common security requirements. And now we have VPC firewall rules and network firewall policies applied at the VPC level. If you use our classic VPC firewall rules, those will continue to work. They will be evaluated first, then global network firewall policies, and next regional network firewall policies. This is the default behavior, and alternatively, users can swap the evaluation order between VPC firewall rules and the new global network firewall policy, which is our recommended approach once the firewall rule set migration has been completed or for net new customers. We encourage customers to migrate their existing VPC firewall rules to global network firewall policies and regional network firewall policies, since all cloud firewall enhancements moving forward will be delivered exclusively on the new network firewall policy constructs. Let me walk you through a quick demo to illustrate how all this works. So in this demo, we will show you how to create tags, how to associate them with a VM instance, and finally, how to create a network firewall policy and attach it to a VPC. We will start with creating tags. For that, we need to navigate to IAM and admin, go to tags, and this is the window that we will see. We need to go ahead and click create, and here is where we are going to create our tag key values. So we will create a front end, backend, card, and controller. We need to use that with the network firewall, and we need to pick a project and a VPC network. In this case, ProdShare VPC. We can go ahead now and click create tag key. Next, we need to attach these tag key values to my VMs. So we are going to navigate to Compute Engine and VM instances. And we will attach one tag to my front-end server and another tag to my backend server. For that, let's click on my front end. And in the VM details, there is a section for tags. So we can click the edit button and add a tag to it. So we'll select the current organization. We'll select my tag key and also my value, front end. Click save and confirm. And now we can see that the tag got attached to the VM. We will go to the backend, and we will also navigate to the tags section, and we will attach the tag to my server. Click save and confirm. And that is it. And finally, we just need to create the network firewall policy. So for that, we need to go to our VPC network, firewall, and from there, we can either create a VPC firewall rule or a network firewall policy. We will select create firewall policy. Now we will provide a name. And next step here is to select the deployment scope. It can either be a global network firewall policy or a regional network firewall policy selecting the target region. In this case, we are going to select global and go ahead and click continue. Next step is to add your rules. So in this case, we are going to add a rule to allow communication between our front end to the back end. And for that, we are going to leverage tags. So we will select first our backend. And the source is going to be the front end. We are going to allow communication using port TCP 443. We can go ahead and click create. Now you could continue adding your rules, and next you can go ahead and click continue. Next step is to associate the policy with a VPC network. So we will go ahead and click associate, and we are going to associate that with our ProdShare VPC. Click continue and create, and this is going to create the network firewall policy and associate it with the VPC. This concludes the security showcase demonstration of network firewall policies. Thank you for tuning in. Please visit cloud.google.com/security for more content from Google Cloud experts. Thank you.